Hi, this is Junior Adeosun, also known as Smade, and this is my grind. Smade means self-made, basically. Means the ability to create nothing and make it something, basically. It applies to everybody. It applies to me, it applies to you. It's an act of creativity. That's just what it means, really. Out of Smade comes Smade Entertainment. Smade is a brand, like I said before. We do several things into properties. Back home in Nigeria, we're into import and exports. We do contracts. But the entertainment side of the business is what everybody sees out here. The concerts, the club nights, the nightlife that everybody sees. So it's a business organization, really, like Virgin. You have Virgin Media, you have Virgin Train, Virgin Airways. That's exactly where we're going with Smade. So Smade is a brand. For the first 20 years of my life, I never went out clubbing. Like I said, my father was strict, so he wouldn't let us go clubbing. I came here about 10, 11 years ago to study, and I was used to having friends around in my house. We used to have reunion parties that I organized. And from then on, I think one of the venues I had a reunion party called me back and said, you know what? I think we can have you back here because you seem to have loads of following and loads of friends. I was studying then and I never knew this could be business for me. So at some point in my life, I was supervisor for a menswear clothing store called Offices Club. And that was distracting me from my studies because they kept on giving me more hours. They wanted to promote me to managerial position and all that. So I had to choose between that and my studies. So I dropped that. I wrote a resignation letter and I dropped it. They were all shocked that, oh, we're offering you a better position and you're resigning. So I did it, not knowing what I was going to go do next. But when I did that, I sat back and I thought, okay, I think I might as well take this entertainment thing serious and make some money and also enjoy what I do. So that was it for me. I started taking it seriously. I met a couple of people on my way because it was a long journey coming to where I am today. I met quite a lot of people and I'm happy to be here today. The way everyone contributed to this journey, Smade Entertainment in particular, was quite funny because when we started, I remember we had to hire out a club, and at some point, my cousin was a security guard. My friends were bartenders. It's almost unbelievable. One of the friend was cameraman. I just gave people positions to take. So that was quite funny because this was like 8 years ago. It wasn't serious. I had a dryer of a club and I had to bring in my own staffs, which I didn't have at that time. So I called my friends, I called a meeting. You're gonna be the security because you're big, you're this. And then I told the girls, okay, girls, you're gonna be the bartenders because you're good looking, sexy. So we were creative about the whole scenario and it worked out perfect. And since then I've had a lot of support from everybody. Without them I wouldn't be here. I've had so many people that I don't even know accept me. They've seen my journey grow. I get comments and messages in my Facebook because I've had friends on Facebook for almost 10 years and they're like, wow, I've seen you grow, I'm proud of you. You don't know me, but I know you. Messages like that, really make me feel proud sometimes, if I must say. And I thank God for where I am and thank God for my friends and family for their love and support. My inspiration comes from my father. He's a very strict businessman. He taught me the principles of business and the principles of being an entrepreneur. Even before I started school, I used to go to the office with him, and I used to hang out with his staffs, and I think at some point I was a member of staff of his business, so I could say yes, I learned a lot from my father. He taught me a lot how to be a businessman, and he still supports me. Anytime I'm doing my shows, he flies down. Even if he's here for 2 nights, he's here to support my shows. To be honest with you, I've had so many good shows, I cannot really remember any show that's flopped. But let me be sincere. Just give me a minute to think. It's hard, to be honest. It's hard. Having events that flopped. In terms of nightlife, I've had a couple, but because of the quick recovery, you don't even think about it. Because when I have a slow night, the following week is not allowed. There's no excuse because you've already failed once. So you only have to work towards having a busy night. So I'm a very stubborn person, if I must say. So I don't allow failure around me. Anyone around me that works for me or that works with me know how stubborn I am. And in terms of concerts, never had any flop nights. And I'm sure one of you guys behind the camera can testify to it. Rather than have a quiet concert, I would put everything to it, and make sure I pull up a good show. So it's hard to say I've had a flop night. I've done quite a lot of UK tours and shows. I've done Olamide, I've done Dr. Seed UK tour, aspirations, FOZ UK tour, Wizkid UK tour, that we've done twice. Davido UK tour, just to mention a few. I've done quite a lot. Even MI and Chocolate City, done quite a lot. But the one that I would say I love the most and the most successful is Davido UK tour, because with that one was a lot of challenges. Davido wasn't big at that time. He was very young. He was very young. Everyone said no, don't do it. His father's a rich man. He wouldn't take it serious. But working with David was actually the best decision I've ever made, because when everybody keeps saying no, don't do it, like I challenged myself to it, and I did it, and it was the best show I've ever done, the best tour I've ever done. This guy came, we were on the train together, traveling from one city to the other, because I can remember we had like 5 shows: London, Birmingham, Coventry, Liverpool, and Manchester. Some of the tours we had to go on the train. He was there. Like, he actually surprised me. Sometimes in the early morning, I'll wake him up for interviews. And sometimes he will wake me up for interviews. So he was like that. So the drive that he had and the passion that he had to be successful was amazing. And I think that kind of like inspired me as well along the way. So I like that. So Davido UK tour 2 years ago, that was 2013, was the best for me. Let me say my first degree marketing and advertising, second degree MBA marketing. I don't think there's anything I would have done differently. Although I always say this for me is a leverage, to what I would be in the future. So this entertainment thing and what everybody is saying, Smade is just a leverage. It's not what I would do for the rest of my life. If there's anything I would have done other than Smade, I would have just finished my studies and go home and work for my father, or probably retire him and, bring my own ideas to his business. That's what I would have done. In entertainment, I see Smade as a first in the UK. Smade Entertainment is a force in the UK where we can do shows in and concert without having to go through too much hassle or trouble, because it takes a lot to sell out concerts. It's not easy. I'm sure anyone that's had any experience will tell you that, you know, the market here in the UK is totally different. You know, it takes a lot of convincing, good reputation of your brand. It takes a lot, you know, to make it happen. So I want to put Smade Entertainment on a platform where I can throw 6 big shows, you know, big capacity concerts in a year, and you know, we don't have to go through too much promotions and, you know, the stress that we usually go through to sell out a show. Yeah, that's my plan for Smade. Yeah, but the next 5 years, we're cooking a lot of things for Smade, but I would love to, you know, keep that to myself for now. My advice to young guys out there trying to make it, trying to be successful in life is always put God first. Every time. You know, God first. Wherever God you serve, you might be Muslim, Christian, God first. And I can promise you that everything else is going to be easy for you. And just work hard, you know, follow your dreams. You know, you just have to have a drive for something and pursue it. You know, that's it really. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody tell you you cannot do something you really feel within yourself you can do. Do it.